Words I never thought I would say. How will Bill Belichick game plan against Tom Brady? That is the question heading into Sunday Night Football's showdown between the Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm Evan Lazar for CLNS Media, coming to you from Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots and Bucs will take the field right behind me in just a few days for the return of the king, the showdown, Tomageddon, whatever you want to call it. Tom Brady is coming home, and he's coming home with the #1 scoring offense in all of football. So how will Bill Belichick go up against his former quarterback and slow down Brady to try to keep this game competitive and, dare I say, get a win for the 1-2 Patriots? Well, I look at this matchup and I say the Patriots go out there and play their typical brand of press man coverage, cover one, middle of the field closed against Tom Brady. I think it's going to be a long night. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, assuming he's ready to go. That's 4 weapons in this Tampa Bay arsenal that the Patriots just don't have the coverage players to hold up in man-to-man for 4 quarters, especially without top cornerback Stephon Gilmore. So what are the Patriots going to do in this game? Well, I think they're going to take a page out of a bunch of different game plans of the past against the Patriots. Go back to that Steve Spagnuolo defense and the Super Bowl in 2007 against the Patriots 18-0 team. Go back to some of the different things that other teams like Baltimore, for example, have done against Tom Brady. And even the Los Angeles Rams just last week held Brady to 24 points with a similar game plan. The dink and dunk, right? And I'm not just going to sit here and say that Brady is a dink and dunk quarterback. We all know better than that here in New England as Patriots fans. But what he did last week against the Rams is the blueprint against Tom Brady from the Rams defense. Although he threw for 432 yards in that game and looked unstoppable at times, Brady's average air yards per attempt was 6.8. That's his second lowest in a game since joining the Bucs. So what the Rams were able to do was force Brady to get to that 432 number by throwing the ball 55 times. They kept the big plays to a minimum. Brady only hitting 2 throws of over 20 yards in the air, and they forced him to throw the ball and dink and dunk his way down the football field on drives of 10 plus 15 type play drives, and they were able to hold him to just 24 points. How do they go about doing it schematically? Well, it's the old plan against Brady. Rush 4, drop 7 in coverage, close off the middle of the field with your deep safeties. I want to give you one scheme. It's called cover 7. And this is a zone-based principle type of scheme, but we're not talking about spot drop zone. It's not, 5 under 3 deep, or 5 under 2 deep, I should say, or 4 under 3 deep, whatever you want to call it. This isn't just everybody gets an area and you drop into your zone and you play it straight up. That's a recipe for disaster against Tom Brady. We've seen that before. What cover 7 is a match principle zone. And what they do is they put 2 deep safeties in the deep part of the field, and they have bracket calls on receivers out of the slot and tight ends over the middle. So when Rob Gronkowski or Chris Godwin send them over the middle on those crossing routes that we know Tampa Bay loves, they're going to have that deep safety drop down and cut those crossing routes off in the middle of the field. You close the middle of the field up to Brady. You force the ball to the outside. You make him hold it off his first read. You close down the first reads. You make him hold the ball in the pocket a little bit, and you try to get home with 4. But if you're going to rush 4 against Tom Brady, you better stunt, you better twist, you better game, whatever you want to call it, you better scheme it up. You can't just rush 4 straight at Brady against 5 offensive linemen because he's going to have all day to throw. So you got to run those games up front, set some picks, get Matt Judon over the guard or center, rush him inside a little bit, and get that pressure up the middle. We've all seen this before. We all know it as Patriots fans. Rush 4, get pressure up the middle, drop 7 into coverage, and just hope that you force Brady to throw the ball underneath. Those explosive plays, that's how the Bucs offense gets in the end zone in a hurry. That's how they start putting up all these points that they put up in the first 3 weeks of the season. If you can get them to dink and dunk it down the field, and dare I say, actually hand the football off to Leonard Fournette instead of throw it, that is a win for the defense. So Brady might go out there, he might throw for 500 yards, but let's just hope that it's on 50 plus attempts and that yards per attempt intent number is down below 8. That's how the Patriots are going to have a chance to hang in this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to break down a video on the Patriots offense against the Bucs defense, and you can find that on our YouTube channel, Patriots Press Pass, and keep it right here on Sunday night. For Bucs Patriots, we will have you completely covered on CLNSmedia.com from Foxborough. I'm Evan Lazar for CLNS Media. Thanks for watching. CLNS Media's Patriots coverage is brought to you by the Legends brand. High-performance apparel with style and comfort that you will want to wear all day long. Use the promo code PATS20 for 20% off your first order. That is legends.com.